Hey, it's Tara, and it's time for Sunday Reads. So this week I finished two books. I finished We the Children of Cats by Tomoyuki Hoshino and The City in the City by China Mieville. So We the Children of Cats was my Japanese Japanese collection of short stories for last month, and it was really disturbing. The themes in We the Children of Cats are sort of myriad because there's a large collection of short stories. I think there are like 5 or 6 short stories and then 3 novellas at the end. And a lot of them are based, it's kind of like a mix between Japan and Peru, I think it is. Several of them are inspired by South American countries. And I think it really goes into a lot of questioning of a person's place, especially Japanese person's place in society, because the culture is changing so much, and it's after the economic bubble bursts, and these kids don't know, what to do with themselves, and it's a lot about finding yourself, and it talks about gender questions and sex and sexuality, and discusses like a women's role. Are women really just there to have children, and is that their like social obligation and things like that? So underneath the stories, the themes are really interesting, and I enjoyed getting to know that part. But on the surface, the way he achieves these things is really disturbing. There's a lot of sex and violence and gore and really disturbed individuals. Not one of these stories has like a normal person in it. They're all very disturbed, and I don't know, I had a hard time sort of meshing with that. So by the end of the last novella, I'd had enough. I really struggled to get through this one. And I probably wouldn't recommend it to you unless you are a fan of it's hard to say, like psychological forays, dark psychological forays, and I don't know, maybe if you watch a lot of the darker anime from Japan, you might be a little more acclimatized to that sort of thing, so take that as you will. The other book I read was The City in the City by China Mieville, and I did this as a buddy read with Sabrina from Sabrina Everywhere, and I'm so glad that we did this because I had a really bad experience with Perdido Street Station, and I was really put off of China Mieville for a while, and I really wanted to read The City in the City, but I was just like, I don't know if I want to put myself through that again, and she said that she was reading it, so we decided to read it together, and really glad that I did. It's extremely different from what I had expected it to be. It's much more political than I expected, and I don't know, it sort of worked in reverse from what I thought it would, which is a fantasy being revealed. Instead it's the opposite, and I don't know, I was really impressed by it. It had some really great female characters, I thought, especially Corwy, although we were both a little bit disappointed not to get to see more of her because she was pretty badass, we thought. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad, and I will be reading more Mieville in the future, but nothing from the new Crozibon series, I think, is the one that Perdido Street Station is the beginning of. But yeah, I'm still reading Babel 17 by Samuel R. Delaney. I'm about 35% through, so I'm looking forward to finishing that this week. And I will also be starting the Rise of Endymion with Rachel from Kalanadi. I'm really looking forward to finishing the Hyperion Cantos. And I just realized that Sweep in Peace, the second book in the Innkeeper Chronicles by Ilona Andrews, was released like 3 weeks ago, and I was reading this as she was writing it on her website, but I got behind, and then she stopped publishing, or she not stopped publishing, she stopped posting them, or maybe she erased a bunch of them because she was getting ready to publish it. So now I'm super excited to read it all together and edited and completed, so I'm looking forward to doing that also this week, I hope. So I think I have a cold or something like that. My throat is killing me, so I'm going to wrap this up now, but I hope you all are having a wonderful week. Please let me know what's going on with you, what you're reading, what are you doing, are you gearing up for the holidays, what is going on. Also, in preparation for next year, I am interested in reading more country histories. So for your country, or like a country you're interested in, if you know of any good like basic histories to read, I am very interested in sort of branching out, and I have been reading more about American history recently, but I'd like to read more about like world history, so if you have any recommendations, please let me know. And that is it, so until next time.